Here's the deal channel. This just came across my desk and I wanted to share it with you. I just want to ask you a question. Without government and without government agents, who will arrest the innocent blind men? Who will arrest them, kidnap, and cage them for no freaking reason at all? They get damaged egos so easily. This apparently comes from the Columbia County, Florida Sheriff's Department. You can see it on this lady's door. It's cruiser number 5333. If you guys in the room, some of my mods can post maybe the Columbia Sheriff's Department number. And if you happen to call, I'm not calling for anybody to call. I'm just going to make publicly accessible information available. But if you do happen to call, make sure that you're cordial, make sure that you're polite. There's no reason to come down to their level, even though this may boil your blood. As a matter of fact, I know if your heart is set on freedom, this will absolutely boil your blood. And he is legally blind, apparently. But, you know, regardless, let's say the guy's not blind. Let's say he's just a guy walking down the street with a walking stick so that when low light conditions come upon him, he can navigate his way. You know, there are some people who can see okay, kind of okay in the light. And then when it gets dusk, when it starts getting dark, now they're going to have some serious problems. And that's probably why they can't drive. But regardless, there's just a plethora of problems with this video on behalf of the Columbia County Sheriff's Department. Let's go ahead and take a listen at this. Thanks for joining. I appreciate you being here. If you've got something to add to this live stream, go ahead and put it in the live stream comments. And then when people look back at this video, they'll be able to see what you guys said. But if you guys have there you go, Columbia County Sheriff's Department, Trot Golfer's got the information in the room there. So let's go ahead and watch this video.
What's this in your back pocket? I just saw you walking it.
It's a navigational aids. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
yes, sir.
What I'll do is, because it drives people crazy when I stop this, so I'll just go ahead and play it all the way through, but I just think it's very funny. What are you, a tyrant? And she says, yes, I am. This is probably one of the only times, one of the rare times you'll hear a cop say something and what they said is 100% verifiable truth. What are you, a tyrant? Well, as a matter of fact, I am.
Problem, you a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually. What's your name and date of birth?
I don't have to give that unless
yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly. You don't have
you ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like me
Call
to
your
put you in?
supervisor,
He's right
please.
here.
All right.
You don't.
Sir, what's the stop you for? For a walking stick.
So,
and it could look like a weapon. She asked you to present it, okay? Now she's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime and committing a crime or about to do a crime.
Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID.
Well, now she has verified that I am not armed. Okay. So there is no problem.
Do you have your ID or not?
I do have my ID, but you don't need it.
Okay. Okay.
I need ID. I need ID. Give me ID.
You deserve it.
77 Whiskey Mike detained. I don't know where his wallet is.
Where's your wallet at, sir? I don't have a wallet on me.
Okay, where's your ID?
Where's your ID at? Pocket. Which pocket? You are not allowed to search me.
It's in this pocket.
There you go.
Thank you.
I want your names and badge numbers.
1237 on Nick 65427.
Yeah, 4427.
Preferably
Hotel
your cards.
322-457-6125440.
Yeah, 26, 23,
ambulance goes by right here and it gets pretty loud, so I'm gonna lower that. But man, have you noticed the constitutional violations already? Have you already sensed the ego tripping? Have you already sensed the I need ID like I need my next crack fix? Oh, give me your ID.
Sir, you legally blind? Yes, I am. Okay. I had to walk up here in the dark for jury duty, which was canceled. Why aren't you using your stick? You don't have to use your stick all the time? Not all the time.
ID card away.
26.
Green.
All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge number. You know what? Put him in jail for resisting.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number too, sir.
Love this guy. Love this
Have a
guy.
seat.
You wanna pick my property up, please?
I sure will, after you have a seat.
He's not flinching. He's
You
not
wanna pull
bowing
this out of
down.
my back pocket?
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
That's unit number 5333 from the Columbia County, Florida Police Department. And I want to just show you this. Let's do a little screenshot right here. That was the end of the video. Just want to show you this guy's face right here. That right there is the face of bravery. That right there is the face of cowardice. This guy did not bow down. He did not give an inch, not only for himself, but for the rights of everybody else who might one day be in his position as they trample his rights. And how many rights were trampled? Fishman, I really appreciate that. I really, I'll tell you what, you guys, thank you so much for the super chats. Give your super chats to Breaking the Flaw. He's going to need it for legal issues. Any super chat you would give to me, give to Breaking the Flaw. Who else is it? Big G Audits. He's got some problems that he needs to take care of with the tyranny in his area. But Fishman says a cop literally just tried to pull me out of my big truck for no reason. Luckily, my dad showed up and helped de-escalate the situation. The pig didn't get my ID either. When you're in a situation right here where they're drunk on their own power and authority, your life is in mortal danger. And we don't have to guess at that. We see that. That's objective evidence. There's proof in video after video. You can be complying to the T, doing the best that you possibly can to satisfy the orders of every single one of these power trippers, and your life is still in jeopardy. You don't have to resist. You don't have to be pulling away. You don't have to be running. You don't have to be speeding. All you have to do is be breathing, and your life is in jeopardy. So what we got here is we got a lady driving down the street wearing a costume who's gonna pull this guy over, start to harass him.
What's this in your back pocket?
What's that in your back pocket? Well, it's none of your business. If she thought it was a weapon, isn't one of her oaths of office, doesn't it have to do with the Constitution of the United States, specifically the Bill of Rights, specifically the Second Amendment? The right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. I don't care what the laws of your state is. I don't care what the federal bureaucracy says. Doesn't it say a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed? And yet she decided to go ahead and trample her oath, pull over, waste time and resources of the taxpayers, and harass a member of the public, the people, for bearing something that she initially thought was the arms. Now, I don't see how you can look at this white stick in his back pocket. You can see it right here. I don't see how you can look at that white stick in his back pocket and think that it was some kind of arm. It doesn't look like any kind of firearm that I've seen. Regardless, the Second Amendment should stop her from doing that. I don't care, even if the laws in her state, the state of Florida, and I only know this much from the armed fishermen, because if you're going to and from fishing or camping or whatever, you can actually bear arms. Thus, you have the armed fisherman taking an AR-15 style rifle with him when he goes fishing, and it's in the state law that, hey, this is what you need to do here is you need to, YouTube is not receiving enough video information, smooth streaming. As such, viewers will be, are you guys experiencing buffering right now? Let me know if you guys are buffering. The bottom line, it doesn't matter what the state says. If it is a law that violates the Constitution of the United States, which they took an oath to, then it is null and void. Marbury versus Madison, 1803, even though that's convoluted because that basically gave the Supreme Court the right of judicial review. In other words, hey, we have the right to interpret the Constitution. But regardless, that one statement still stands. If there's a law that violates the Constitution, it is null and void automatically. It's all good. Okay, good. I got this. I got an error message up on my screen right now. It just flashed up in just big, bright yellow and black. So number one, they violated the Second Amendment. Now they're going to go ahead and violate the Fourth Amendment. This guy, he's walking down the street. He has the right to be secure in his person, Fourth Amendment. And they're going to go out of their way to make him insecure in the person. So not only did they trample and run over, it's like they didn't even run over the hurdle. They just knocked it down. They knocked down the Second Amendment. Now they're going after his Fourth Amendment rights. Listen to this. And they're going to become vindictive and ego trip because he decided to use his First Amendment right to freedom of speech to challenge their hypocrisy and tyranny.
I saw you walking it.
It's a navigational age. What's the problem? You a tyrant?
Yeah, I am actually.
What's the problem? You a tyrant? Yeah, I am actually. Never was a truer word spoken from a costume clown with a shiny badge. Yes, she is. Yeah, you want to see how tyrannical I am? When backup gets here, because, I feel extra brave when backup gets here. When my backup buddy gets here, guess what? You're going down. You're losing 100% of your freedoms. And a lot of people go, this guy is not blind. He started out, according to his story, and I've seen this before. I've seen this and I understand this by experience. When it's low light conditions, it's something about the rods and cones in your eyes. When there's low light conditions, you might as well be functionally blind. So he's got this walker stick. It's early in the morning. It was dark when he started walking so he could go to jury duty and fulfill his duty as a good citizen, which you're not a citizen. You're not a denizen of the city, which means you're not under man-made laws. But regardless, low light conditions, I need my stick. As the sun comes up, the light is better. The rods and cones are responding now. I can put my stick away. I got it in my back pocket, and now he's being harassed.
Your name and date of birth.
I don't have to give that unless
Yes, sir. I was investigating.
You have reasonable.
Do you want me to put you in handcuffs right now? Yes, sir, I do.
What is your suspicion?
It looks like you're carrying a gun in your back pocket. I'm stopping to make sure you're carrying it properly.
Have you ensured that it's not a firearm?
No, you keep turning so I can't see it. You don't have to be a dick to me.
Well, you're being one to me.
No, sir, I'm doing my job.
Am I detained?
Yeah, you are. What's your name and date of birth?
It does not matter.
Yes, sir, it does.
Do you have a crime?
Would you like...
So basically, she's sitting behind her qualified immunity, and she's going to act on rights that she thinks she has over and above this guy so that she can be a-hole to him and not expect anything in retaliation. It's like, wait a second. You walked up to me. You're the one that chose to take time out of your day and use taxpayer dollars to harass and collect from me. I have the right to ask you questions on why you're doing that. See, I keep bringing this up, but I love it because it keeps ringing true with me. What San Joaquin Valley Transparency, Dave from San Joaquin Valley Transparency says, officer safety is cowardice. Public safety is heroism. So she's not concerned about initiating or fostering any kind of public safety. It's all about officer safety for her. It's all about taking an opportunity to take away somebody's rights because you think they have a firearm when if they did have a firearm, they're just walking in their rights. Rights Crispy. Wow, man. Thanks for that. Thanks for that super chat. He said, I'll help Big G and BTF. Thanks for highlighting this story. Stay tuned for a video of Jay's mom giving his kids all of your generous. Thank you so much. He was referring to Jay Surreal Camera. I wish I had the function up here where I could actually put Rights Crispy's chat up there. Maybe I'll try to get it up there. Anyway, thanks, Rights Crispy, and everybody who's given super chats. I really appreciate that. So, bottom line is now 2 rights have been trampled: the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms, and the Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your person, which she's making him very insecure.
Call your supervisor,
He's right here.
All right.
Sir, what's she stop you for?
For a walking stick.
And it could look like a weapon. She asked you to present it, okay?
Now
it could look like a weapon. Well, now they're sure that it's not a weapon. So what's the problem? Now you both absolutely know that it is not a weapon, but you're still going to try to mess with this guy? Now it's all ego. Now it's all arrogance. They have no excuse now. They've already verified, oh, it's a walking stick. Oh, my bad. I thought it was a weapon. And wait a second. Even if I did think it was a weapon, that's me not thinking constitutionally. Sir, I am very sorry. Please forgive me. Go on about your business. No, they can't do that. Their ego will not let them do this.
She's asking me for ID. Okay. I don't need the ID unless there's reasonable articulated suspicion that I have committed a crime and committing a crime or about to do a crime.
Sir, and her suspicion was that you were armed, okay? And she's asking you for your ID.
Well, now she has verified that I am not armed. Okay. So there is no
you got
problem.
your ID or not?
I do have my ID, but you don't need it.
Okay? Okay?
There you go.
All right, you deserve it.
Now, are you cops happy? Are you absolutely happy now? You've taken away his rights. And they can call this, hey, this is only a detention. Detention and arrest are practically the exact same thing. He can't go anywhere, can he? He's either arrested or detained. It doesn't matter. Don't play semantics. This guy has lost 100% of his rights right now. He can't walk away. If he tries to walk away, they'll tackle him. If they can't tackle him, they'll tase him. If tasing doesn't do any good, then they'll break out their firearms, and we know what happens after that.
777. 77 Whiskey Mike detained. I don't know where his wallet is.
Where's your wallet at, sir?
I don't have my wallet on me.
Okay, where's your ID?
Where's your ID at?
It's cracked, cops. I need your ID. Give me your ID. Where is it? ID. We live on ID. We got to find out who you are so we can put it in the database so that you can have a record with the police department. So the next time we show up, we already know who you are. It's sick. It's sick.
You are not allowed to search me.
And they aren't.
It's in this pocket.
There you go.
Thank you.
I want your names and badge numbers.
1237.
Yes, exactly. Always get the names, always get the badge numbers. I wasn't able to ascertain that through this video because things are pretty blurry. I want to know who this guy is and I want to know who she is, at the very least, both of them. Not just the initial officer who arrived on the scene, but both of them who trampled this guy's rights. It should be such a serious thing. The police chief or the sheriff of this department right here should actually hear this story and go, what do you mean somebody's rights were trampled? We can't have that. That's how sensitized to the Constitution or individual or natural rights a sheriff or a police chief should actually be if they're doing their job, if they really do care about protecting and serving the public. They should be like, this is a nightmare, not just a PR nightmare because it looks bad, but this is morally reprehensible. They should listen. What do you mean you detain? I don't care if he's blind or not, but blind, that definitely throws it over the edge of insanity. What do you mean you detained? First of all, what do you mean you thought he had a firearm? Don't you know everybody has the right to keep and bear arms? Yeah, but the Florida statute says, I don't care what the Florida statute says should the sheriff and the police chief should say. This is actually in the land of the free. This is how it should operate. This is why it's so outrageous. This is why it makes my blood boil, because they should be sensitized to the rights of the people they're supposed to be protecting and serving. Serving and protecting, no. Harassing and collecting, yes. Check mark. Boxes checked. This is outrageous and outlandish. And some people would go, well, if he had melanin in his skin, it'd probably end up differently. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But the problem in police departments isn't so much racism. And I'm not saying people don't think they're superior because of the color of their skin or their melanin content. But it's not racism we need to worry about. It's authoritarianism. That's far more dangerous than racism, because these people actually believe they have the moral right to rule you, to interrupt your day, to harass you, to commit road piracy against you, to extort you, to kidnap you, to cage you. They actually think they have the moral right. And wait, there's more. They believe that you have the moral obligation to obey their rulership. And if you don't, then they're going to punish you, because these shiny badges, They actually mean that I have more rights than you. That's how they operate. See this clown costume I got on? That makes me a special individual. That puts me in a class far above you. That's why I can look down my nose at you. And that's why my ego can get so bruised so fast. And that's why I can justify it in my own spirit to come out and basically attack you. If you pulled somebody over because you saw a stick in their back pocket, and I know we keep coming back to this, but if you do the exact same carbon copy actions that these cops did, you would be viewed rightly by society as committing criminal activity against somebody who's innocent, who's done nothing wrong. This is why my blood boils like this. This is what makes me animated, because you can see this is as clear as the nose on your face that it is absolutely immoral. Well, I don't believe I have more rights. Then why do you act like you do? If you saw a stick in somebody else's back pocket and you tried to explain the reporting officer, well, I thought I saw a stick in his back pocket and I thought that he was a danger to himself and to the public. Yeah, but, and then the officer on the scene writing the report. Okay, but when you found out it was just a stick and that it wasn't, first of all, if it was a firearm, you do know that according to the Constitution that people have the right to keep and bear arms, and that right shall not be infringed, right? Which is what they're doing. They were ready to infringe on his rights. So the reporting officer would go, well, what would you do when you found out that it wasn't anything but a stick, a walking stick in his back pocket? Well, I put his hands behind his back and I tied him up with some hog tie I had in the back of my truck. Okay, now why did you do that? It's because he was talking back to me, man. He was trying to tell me, he was trying to get me to identify myself. Well, I'm telling him to identify himself because I was scared. And I was scared he might do something to the public. Well, what'd you do after that? Well, I threw him in the back of my car and I kidnapped him and I put him in my basement. You did what? Come here, buddy. We're going to arrest you. Yeah, if you did the same thing that they do, you would be viewed rightly as a freaking criminal and a menace to society. But it's okay to be a menace to society because you have a shiny badge and you work for the local police department and they give you a clown costume? What insanity is this? What stupor are people walking under? It's just crazy, man.
On Nick 65427.
Yeah, 4427.
Preferably
Hotel
your cards.
322-457.
Is it preferably
254.
preferably identify yourselves, give me your names and badge numbers, preferably give me your cards. This guy is brave. In the face of abject tyranny, he's being brave. He's the one holding the line. He's the one that's not backing down and not flinching. He could have just said, all right, I'll play the game. Here's my ID. That's just the easy way to go. If we continue to placate, if we continue to bow down, if we continue to roll over like a bunch of yellow belly sapsuckers, we will lose everything that we've got or everything that remains. He's like, you know what? I'm not giving you my ID because this is the principled stand. You're doing wrong and I'm not going to play your freaking game. You losers.
40.
Yeah, 22, 23,
All right, so this ambulance goes by. Let me just go fast forward this.
Sir, you legally blind? Yes, I am. Okay. I had to walk up here in the dark for jury duty, which was canceled. Why aren't you using your stick? You don't have to use your stick all the time? Not all the time.
How about it's none of your business? It's none of your freaking business. The guy didn't do anything wrong. He can use his stick or not. He can walk on the sidewalk or not. And here it goes. Here goes the tyranny.
26.
Listen to this.
Green. All right, Mr. Hodges. Was that hard?
They were about to let go. They were about to let him go. He was about to be a free man. The cuffs were about to come off. Okay. Was that so hard? Was that so hard? Listen to what he says. They don't like this. Oh my gosh. You talk about it's the fragile ego. He just came up and flicked the fragile ego and it shattered all to pieces. Listen to this authoritarian power tripper.
It's gonna be. I want your name and your badge. Put him in jail for resisting.
Put him in jail for resist. The guy is standing there handcuffed and literally not resisting and saying, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for you. All right, sir. Was that so hard? Well, it's going to be hard for you. Give me your name and badge number. He didn't like that. So now he's going to exert power because he has the power. He's got the authority. If power corrupts, that's an example of absolute power corrupting absolutely, because nobody can rival his force right now. This guy with the beard, this blind guy, he's exactly where this power tripping authoritarian wants him. In a submissive, subservient position. Oh, well, you're going to play that game. Well, hey, I can play hardball too. And this guy right here is probably going to be really glad that those officers made that decision. But you know, the problem is when he files this lawsuit, and I assume that a lawsuit is forthcoming. When he files that lawsuit, the monetary sting will not be felt by these two officers, and it should be. Why? Because of qualified immunity. Because they can do things that you can't do. And they don't have to face the consequences for their own evil actions, but society does. It's nothing but evil, guys. It's nothing but evil.
Okay. All right, let's go.
I want your name and badge number 2, sir.
Have a seat.
You want to pick my property up, please?
I sure will, after you have a seat.
You want to pull this out of my back pocket?
Sure. Here, I'll grab your jacket for you, too.
She's such a smart aleck, man. She does not care about what is just. She does not care about what is right. So the only information I have at this point is its cruiser number or unit number 5333 from the Columbia County, Florida Sheriff's Department, as seen on the side of her door right there. I'm going to go ahead and just leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. This is the kind of stuff, you know, people would look at me and go, what's the big deal? The guy didn't get hurt. He didn't get tased. He didn't get thrown to the ground. He just got arrested. It's like, you know what? This is how they start funding gas chambers. This is when the boxcars start coming in and the agents start knocking at your door or banging down your door and emptying the house of all your family members and throwing them onto this boxcar. That's how it happens when you let go of your rights. This is important. This is one of those things that you need to be yelling from the mountaintops and saying, this is not right. We can't have this cancer roaming around in society, terrorizing the rest of us. It's not right. So leave your thoughts about this. Share this video. If you haven't done so already, hit the like button right now. There's 517 people in here and 261 likes. If you like this content, give it a like. I know when I watch live streams, like I'm starting to train myself as first thing I do, like 10 minutes into the video, if I like the video, I go ahead and put the like. So hit the like. It helps with the algorithms. Share this video with everybody you know. If you've got more information that comes out on this guy and the Columbia County, Florida Sheriff's Department, put it in the comments below so that we can all learn from this, because this is educational right here, guys. This is stuff where knowledge is power, and if we accumulate more power, we can actually carve out for ourselves a better life for ourselves and our children. And that's what it's really all about, because this world is going to hell in a handbasket with the CBDCs, the central bank crypto digital currencies coming online. They want to completely enslave every single one of us, where they control what you buy, what you sell. They're going to set up a social credit score system. They're going to limit people's ability to access their accounts. All this stuff only happens when you bow down. But it can't happen if you stand up like this guy right here. Don't give in. Don't roll over. Don't sit down. Don't lay down. Stand up and do what you know is right. And I know it's uncomfortable. And I know when you're facing down tyranny and the fangs come out and the claws start retracting, I know things can get really, really scary. It's like you're driving down the street and see a cop pull somebody over and you're like, oh, I really want to pull over, but I don't want to become a target. I don't want to become the object of retaliation where they come to my house with a SWAT team at 3 o'clock in the morning and jeopardize my life and my family's life because I was trying to offer a layer of transparency and do what the public really wants. And that's to expose all the criminals in their area. So I appreciate you guys hitting the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell notification icon. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with everybody you know. And I will see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban live stream. Take care.